To a 7 News alert, the Highway Patrol says that the number of pedestrians hit by cars is rising. Our Taylor Farmer talked to troopers today about what can be done to keep people safe.
With over 100 pedestrian fatalities so far in our state this year, South Carolina Highway Patrol is asking both pedestrians and drivers to be more aware on the roadways. Highway Patrol says pedestrian fatalities in South Carolina are up about 10 to 12% higher compared to this time last year. That number as of Tuesday totaled 106.
People just have to pay attention, right? If you're a pedestrian, we encourage you to always cross in a designated area or crosswalk. If one's not available and you have to cross out of a crosswalk, make sure you're paying attention.
Highway Patrol says pedestrians should always have something reflective on if not using a crosswalk. They say many times when someone is hit by a car, it's because they're not in a crosswalk, are in a low-lit area, have on dark clothing, or are distracted.
There's a common misconception that pedestrians have a right-of-way in the roadway, and that's not true. The only time a pedestrian has the right-of-way in the roadway is if they're crossing in a crosswalk.
Highway Patrol says if you hit a pedestrian, stay at the scene.
In my experience, we've seen a lot of the times where a driver will hit a pedestrian, panic, and leave the scene. So as long as that driver is not under the influence of something, it's not going to be the driver's fault, right? Given that they're not doing some outrageous speed or driving recklessly.
Highway Patrol says the #1 way to avoid hitting someone or being hit is to limit your distractions and pay attention. They say being alert is the most important part of their job.
Throughout my career, as long as I was paying attention and being very attentive to what I was doing behind the wheel, I was able to avoid a lot of situations like pedestrians, because we run into pedestrians all the time.
South Carolina Highway Patrol tells us while pedestrian fatalities have been on the rise so far this year, they hope to limit that number going forward. In Greenville County, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
The Highway Patrol says that there have been 13 more pedestrian fatalities this year than there were this time last year.